Chelsea Football Club, there's a swap potentially coming up that none of us are going to like. Garnacho and Nkunku. We need to talk about it. Matt Law talks about it. Fabrizio debunks it though, so we don't know where he stands. Furthermore, we've got an update on Noni Madueke. £50 million and he can go to Arsenal Football Club. We need to talk about this. These reports have become incredible. But first, we're going to talk about Andrey Santos. Andrey Santos has not seen any minutes at this moment in time. Andrey Santos at the moment looks set to potentially be leaving Chelsea Football Club. So that's going to be my opinion based. There's no links away. There is no reports. I'm going to explain to you why Chelsea cannot sell him. Before we get started, number one, it is late at night time. I want to make sure you lot get content. So hit that like button. It's the bare minimum you lot should do. I want to hit 1,500 likes on this video. Can we do it? Furthermore, we're like 30 people away from 41,000. So please subscribe. It is genuinely for free. You get content on a regular basis. You get commitment like this from me. Now let's get it cracking. Listen, if my voice is a little bit crackled, it's because I went to Chris Brown yesterday. It was an absolutely amazing concert. For those of you that haven't seen Chris Brown live, even if you don't like his music, oh, it is absolutely mental. The man was flying. Genuinely, he was flying and singing at the same time. It was unreal. But you came here for football. Let's get it cracking. We're talking about the Andrey Santos thing. I'm very worried. Look, I understand players need to earn their trust, players need to earn their minutes, players need to learn tactics, and players need to integrate themselves into a system. We all agree on this, right? Every single one of us agrees. I understand you can't do preferential treatment. I understand that this is a business. I understand this is the professional game, and I understand that there is more context that goes on than meets the eye. We all can agree on this. But there are a few things that I believe Chelsea have to do when it comes to Andrey Santos that we're not doing at the moment. And I'm going to explain it to you guys, and at the end of the video, you guys can explain to me whether you agree with me or you think, Alex, you're waffling. And I'm going to tell you now. First of all, Santos last year went away on loan to Strasbourg. For me, it's no exaggeration. He smashed it. For me, he was absolutely brilliant, to the point where Bayern Munich, PSG are all inquiring about him. We're getting it from different angles, or whether it's reports in France, whether it's reports in Germany, or whether it's ITKs coming out and saying he is a little bit worried, and Bayern Munich keeping asking. So for me, what Chelsea should have done, and they didn't do, as soon as he came, there should have been a sit-down meeting between the directors and Maresca. We don't know if this happened. And what should have happened was, listen, Enzo, I understand you have a way of working. We need to keep this player happy. Make sure he starts the LAFC game. Let him start the LAFC game. Let him feel part of the squad. Let him feel integrated. Let him feel like he's one of the best players in the team. Let him feel loved. But that didn't happen. Now, we got a red card because of Nicholas Jackson, and all of a sudden, he hasn't seen a minute for 2 games. Do you understand how bad that is? Do you understand how worrying that is? Because what's happening now is fans are thinking, hold on, is this guy going to be on the move? Are they not going to turn their nose on a little bit of pure profit here? Because the profit here is going to be mad. We bought him for 10 million. He's been at the club 3 years on the books. We can easily sell him for 45, 60. Genuinely, somewhere between 45 to 60 million. Then, what do we have to think? The future. You have to think about the future. And what I'm saying about the future is this. With Levi Cowwell, we had a similar incident. And the incident was very easy. We had Levi Cowwell go to Brighton, smash it, comes back, did everything in his power to prove that he was Chelsea worthy. Chelsea took him on tour. They absolutely gave him minutes. They rejected bids from Liverpool, rejected bids from Bayern Munich, gave him a new contract, and the conversation was over. And Levi Cowwell was basically prolonged as a Chelsea player, and since then hasn't looked back. I think he's improved. I think he's become a better player for it. And he's the identity of the Cobham graduate. Let me explain. There's a Cobham graduate now playing within Chelsea starting lineup. That is from Blueco, not from Roman Abramovich's like Reece James. It's from Blueco, meaning the pathway is crystal clear. We see who this player is. Anyone coming through Cobham looks at him and says, that's my role model. That's who I want to be like. This is the person that's going to be the light and shine example. Whereas Santos is an export. We got him from another club. And the reality is we have to show a pathway for these young players that we're buying. The way we need to do it is we were sold on the idea, if you're good enough, you will get an opportunity. Santos has been more than good enough. Santos has been beyond good. He's been great. Some would even say he's been fantastic. And you're cutting the pathway. You're cutting the vision. You're cutting your selling point. And the final thing here is, and this one might trigger a lot of people, I've got a terrible feeling next year will be the last year we have Enzo Fernandez. And I will hate nothing more if we sold Enzo Fernandez, Andrey Santos, only for Enzo to leave next year. And a lot of you are going to say, what makes you think he's going to leave? And I'm going to explain to you. Real Madrid's knocked. They already knocked once. This is a Spanish speaker who will most probably, every time gets the opportunity to go back to Argentina, he goes straight away. Also, his best friend lives in Madrid, in Spain. That's a factor. I don't care what anyone says. Alvarez is there. He wants to go most probably and be with his friend. Furthermore, it's Madrid. Thirdly, it's his language. Trust me when I tell you, as a foreigner in the UK, somebody that grew up in the UK, when you first move here, it is not the most acclimatizing place. Whilst it's a beautiful country, great opportunities, the weather is damning. You want good weather. In England, it's not predictable. And that plays a massive factor. That's just my personal opinion. And this is why I'm getting worried about Santos. I need Santos to play. Let me know your thoughts. But now let's move on with the news. Yo, I can't reiterate, yeah, my voice is absolutely gone. So what I'm going to do is now we're going to talk about Garnacho. So Matt Law dropped an article. And this article was an opinion piece. What people did, they read the title, and they decided that they're going to run with it. Problem is, in the article, it clearly stipulates Chelsea want to get rid of Nkunku. Man United want to get rid of Garnacho. There could be a potential swap deal. There could be moves. Nothing's been discussed. Then Fabrizio's come out and Fabrizio reiterated it again. He said, look guys, there's been no talks of this whatsoever. And you lot all know my perspective. Under no circumstances am I interested in Chelsea Football Club acquiring Garnacho. Even if it means we get Nkunku off the books. I don't care. I don't want Garnacho. I don't think he's good enough. You saw the incident he had with wearing the Aston Villa top with Rashford on the back. This guy's drama, man. He's bad vibes. That's how he comes across to me. I don't want players like that personally. I don't know about you guys. Let me know your thoughts because I think it's an important one. Matt Law's basically said there are no links, but let me tell you something about Matt Law. He doesn't just say stuff. There's some smoke. We just can't find the fire. What I'm hoping is we go get Gittins because the one way Chelsea are very good at doing this, give me a target. I think he's all right. I don't think he's great. I think he's all right. But then they give me a worse target. And then all of a sudden, this guy starts looking better. And it's like, hey, go get it. And maybe they're doing that game. Maybe this is all briefing wars. I don't know. But personally, I'm really, really begging the club, don't sign Garnacho. But maybe it's just me. The final story today is regarding Noni Madueke. Look, Noni Madueke is attracting a lot of interest, whether it's in Italy with Napoli, whether it's with a lot of people such as Arsenal, Newcastle. The fee is something that we haven't got a disclosure on, but everything else we've been getting disclosure. There's been numerous sources that have been coming out. And what's happening here? Well, first of all, we know Estevao's coming. So all of a sudden, with Estevao, they're going to need one winger. And they're going to move on either Neto or Noni. And it looks like Neto's the one selected to stay. Noni's the one that's easier to move. And they're going to move Noni. Because Noni all of a sudden now is playing left wing. He's no longer being prioritized in his best position. And this is where it gets very interesting for me. Because if you think about it logically, right? Noni will have to leave, and Miguel Delaney is saying it's going to be £50 million. £50 million for Noni. Would I sell him? Yes, I would. And the reason being is because I don't see him having a long-term future here. But I'd be very considerate in who I sell him to. I wouldn't sell him to Arsenal for 50. Arsenal have to give me a premium. He's too close to home. There's an opportunity that he bangs there. I don't want to be dealing with that nonsense for the rest of my life. So for me, if Arsenal want him, it's 65. Anyone else, 50 will do. Preferably, I would want to send him to Napoli. Like, send him to Conte. I think it'll be like keeping up with a Kardashian. Genuinely. Like, those two personalities clashing all the time. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be comical. It's going to be box office. But Newcastle want him. We know Forest want him. I don't think he'd look at Forest. I genuinely think he's above Forest. So the reality is, if we can get a way of moving him to maybe a Newcastle, I don't want to send him to Arsenal. Genuinely, it fits so badly with me. Plus, I feel like if you play Noni in a team that utilizes him right on the right wing, he can get you 12 goals. He can get you 13 goals in 30 games. But it is just my opinion. I don't know about yours. So guys, once again, thank you very much. It's late. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Now I need to edit this. Damn.